Alright, I'll mute myself now.
Welcome to another MaxFit. No. Alright, so what we got today is just 6 exercises straight, so one after the other. So I'm going to get Lara to demonstrate and then she's going to take you through a warm-up. Pretty easy. So the first one is a forward lunge with a pulse. So basically one and a half rep forward lunge. All it is down, pulse, and then come back up. So 1.5 reps. Second one is just a single arm shoulder press, similar to what we did yesterday. Single arm or double arm? It does it, okay. So, alternating arms. Right, you can go one side if you want, but up to you. We're going to do alternating. Then everyone's favorite, the V up. V up, sit up.
I'm going to do the Pilates version.
Yes, not the alternating ones. Don't worry, calm down.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, sorry, I lied. Single leg, RDL, once you're done with that.
So you're holding on to your weights or whatever else.
A banded row, or a bent over row, so Lara will use the dumbbells, I'll just use the bench.
Just standing.
Yeah, standard pull. And then the last but not least, just a good old Russian twist.
Oh crap.
So, if you get not knee pain, if you get lower back pain, you're better off just keeping your feet on the ground. If you don't get any pain, you can lift your legs up, challenge yourself, and so on. So we'll go 1 to 6, have a minute break, 1 to 6, have a mini break, 1 to 6. Alright, cool guys, so Lara will take you through a quick warm up.
If you have like a bench with you, it's actually Sam's table.
Yeah.
You're just going to come forward and back, opening up through those hips. So it's, yeah.
Do you want you to step up?
Hold on. Just really feeling that through the hip flexor, hamstring, hip flexor, hamstring.
Yesterday, big chest, more reps in the chest,
Yeah.
and the last 3 stuff were like skull pressure.
Switch the other side.
It's like down the boots.
Open. So you really be able to feel that through that glute. So on my side it's my right glute that's forward, and then that back hip flexor. It's a really nice movement to open up, ready for our lunges. Okay, then we're going to come down, so if you've got the couch or a bench or whatever it is, we're just going to push into that, coming through the arms, up into a push-up, and back through the arms. Just warming up. Through the back, opening the chest. Up and low. Last one. Hands come down. We're just going to tuck the toes under and come up, walking into, come this way, the Russian baby maker. So holding onto toes, bringing those bottom down as far as you can, and then back up again. Bringing the bottom down as far, pushing out through those legs. Couple more of these. Okay, coming down onto your knees. Now, if this is painful for your knees, you can stand up, but we're just putting one hand down. We're reaching over to the other side. Did this in Pilates this morning. Over. Getting that nice stretch through your obliques and your QL. Such a nice movement. To keep your core on tight, it's also a bit of a core movement. Alright, so we're just going to come up into this position. So see how my knees are off the floor? And we're just walking forward and then walking back. It's not much of a movement, it's just tiny little movements. So even if you don't have a lot of room, you should have enough room to do that. Couple more. Last one. Legs drop down. We're just going to come up into a single leg stretch, and we're going to slowly come over, get your balance, to this position. If that's too difficult, you can hold on to something. Let's go again. Hold on to something if you need it. Last one. Coming back down, switch legs. Get the balance again. Keeping the tummy tight here. Not losing your balance like that. Last one. Okay, we're just going to do a few little toe taps or ankle heel taps, whatever you want, just to warm up through the calves. Heart rate up a little. We're going to go into that forward lunge pulse, then the single arm shoulder press, V sit up, single leg RDL, banded row or just a standard row, and then your Russian twist. Going through 3 times, 30 seconds to a minute break, we'll see how we go. Alright, so if you want to grab your weights, you can do so. And we're going to do that lunge pulse. No.
No, it's just really light.
A little bit more. Alright. Alright, let's go into that lunge pulse. I'm going to stay on the same leg. Alright, so let's go through. Pulse, push back, perfect. Pulse. That's 3. Use weights if you've got them.
Yeah, you can hold the weights in a goblet or down by your side. Goal is just to get more tension through the leg, mainly the glutes and the quad.
Let's switch sides. Do we have any of these? I just
A lot.
8.
Should have put spins.
No, wait, it's fine. 2 more, I think, because I'm talking, I forgot. Last one. Alright, so just grabbing your weights. Whatever you've got, tummy on tight. We're just going to come up, and I think we've got 10 on each side. So 1, 2, like that. Tummy on tight.
So the goal is not to rush them by just punching the air. You want to keep the weight that's here or that's just held. You want to keep it tense. You don't want to just relax it and then go again. So the idea is to keep those shoulders constantly burning. There we go, guys. Like anything, you can hold them any way you want, facing each other, slightly turned out.
And that's 10.
There we go. So V sit-ups on the ground.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, there you go. Would you say it's a fair to bring the leg towards you rather than you going to the leg?
Yeah, but I'm almost folding half a little bit. Scissor chested. Straight legs if you can. One more on each side. Single legs.
Alright, moving into single leg RDL.
So I'm just going to hold both my weights, but you guys choose, you do one.
So if you want to use one dumbbell, if you've only got one dumbbell for example, opposite arm, opposite leg, or you can just hold the dumbbell, both hands, go all the way down.
Tummy on tight here.
No rotation, keep those hips facing forward. So those hips, both hips should be facing the ground. And then once you stand up, both hips should be facing forward.
Switch sides. If you're with me.
Nice and controlled. With this one, we're looking to go down to about halfway down the shin. You don't need to go all the way down to the ground. Keep that leg that's on the ground a little bit bent, so that way you don't pull straight on the hamstring. And try to avoid any twisting. Up Up next, we've got the banded row or the bent over row, whatever you've got. So if you've got dumbbells, just use dumbbells. If you've got a band, feel free to change it up and use a band.
Alright, let's go. How many, Sam?
12. Yeah, 12. Big squeezing that up and back. Feel like you're pulling those weights to your belly button. And a big squeeze in the back.
Last one.
Alright, once you've done that on the ground, you've got Russian twist, 12 each side. Again, if you've got lower back pain, then keep your feet on the ground. If you don't, then feel free to do these. Make sure you get the weight all the way to the ground on both sides. No half reps. Nice, nice. Keep moving.
Last one.
Very nice. About 30-second drinks break. Then we'll get back into it. Alright. When you're ready to go, we've got the forward lunge pulse.
Alright, let's do that.
So try and get a little bit of trunk, lean forward with the with your upper body. So what that does is just gets a little bit more glute, a little bit more quad. Nice. Try and get the knee to the ground if you can. Aim per leg. Nice. Up next, you got the single arm shoulder press. Very nice.
Okay.
Just like we said before, try and keep tension on the one that's down the whole time. Don't just let it relax. Nice and strong, guys. Once you've done your 10 per side, you've got V sit-ups coming up. Just talking to Lara, you just want to lift your chest slightly and you want to bring that leg towards you so you kind of meet in the middle. Nice little fold.
2 more on each side. Last one.
Alright. Keep that tension. Here we go. On your back. All the way down, all the way up. So nice little chest lift. Try and get that leg towards you. Also strengthening those hip flexors. We always look at our abs, sometimes we forget our hips. Our hip flexors that let us do this. Very important action.
And 10.
10 each side, guys. Single leg RDL. So you want to try and snap up with these. So nice bent over. So nice little bend over and try and snap. I'm not going to make Lara snap, but if you guys can, perfect. Lara does a lot of these. Very heavy weight, I might add. These are just for show. These are just for show. These are her warm down weights.
I just love this movement. I just think it's so good for our core as well. Really, really good to keep that core stability. Right, switch. Yeah. Strong hammies.
And lower backs. Keeping strong, guys. Working around that hip, working around that glute. 8 per side. Once you've done your 8 banded rows, keep saying banded rows. It's just a bent over row, guys. I'm sorry.
It's just if you don't have weights.
Yes. If you don't have weights, if you want to change it up as well, it is good to change up from using dumbbells all the time if you want.
If you've got a band that you feel is sufficient.
Yes. Next,
Alright.
yeah, go on.
Let's go for 12. Squeeze.
And if you want to, if you're feeling adventurous, you could actually wrap the weights around the band and use the band and pull with weights. Up to you guys. Bit of accommodating resistance.
Last one.
Very nice. Rush it.
Twist it. Rush down.
Rush.
So it's 1, 2.
Bruce.
Count them all in.
Bruceian.
Keep that chest up and bring belly button to spine.
Keep strong.
Last one. Right, grab yourself a drink. We'll be back in 30. Give yourself a break as well so that we can get the right technique. So starting off with those lunges, probably in about 10 seconds. Get nice and deep, just slightly angling forward. So I'll lunge this way this time. Right, let's start that. So, and back. So you want to have a little bit of a lean, just to get that bad boy working on your side there, obviously.
Good way to imagine it is if you're trying to take a step forward. So it's hard to take a step forward if you're leaning back or leaning upright, but if you lean back or up, whereas if you take the lean forward, you are able to step forward. Sorry, switch. Yes, just imagine you're trying to do some walking lunges.
Last one. Okay, getting your weights for your shoulder press. Just make sure that core comes on nice and tight when we do our shoulder press. And we don't want to be arching through the spine. Just bring our pelvic tilt into posterior, okay? Which just means rather than that, we want that. Alright, let's go. I don't know why I'm doing split stance.
Split
That's
stance.
1, 2.
Split stance automatically. Put your hips into that position.
Okay, 3, 4. Because my brain just went, okay.
Move on.
5. My brain just did that.
Bang. Bang.
6. Core on tight. Don't get the arch.
You do get the
9
arm.
and 10. Big sit up time.
Let's go. Big sit-ups.
We're up to 8 on each side. 9 and 10. Single leg.
Single leg RDL.
Alright. Balancing through the core. Imagine that you're pulling your head out and your foot out. So you're elongating through that spine. Elongate.
Shakes.
Very, very good.
Yeah, you are.
Just makes you feel comfortable. Banded, bent over row. I don't know why I'm putting these down. Soy sausage. Alright, you ready? Let's go for 12. We're going to squeeze between the scats.
Russian twist.
Yeah. 7. Squeeze. Last one. And release. We're going to come into our Russian twist to finish up, and then we're moving into a Tabata. On capacity. Alright, let's go for 1. One more on each side. And we are finished. Grab yourself a drink and we'll quickly go through what we're doing.
Alright, while Lara's grabbing a drink, just having a break, she's going to do the capacity with you.
You demonstrate it?
Yeah, I will. Alright, so 5 exercises, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. First exercise is just a step up. So what we'll do is we'll go, hey, do you want to alternate or you? Alright, so it's up with a knee drive, back down. Up with a knee drive and back down, but we'll alternate that. Second one is just a dumbbell swing. 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, whatever you got. So I'll use 2 dumbbells than 1, so it's just a swing. Or sweet. Third one is just a plank with a shoulder tap. So on the ground, holding nice and controlled. Tap. Don't want to move your hips side to side. Number 4 is just squats. Right, all the way down, all the way up. I like to touch the ground because that's where I know I'm at depth. And I'm not cheating by keeping my bum up in the air. Up to you guys how you want to do it. And number 5, jumping jacks. Which is just up or in front.
I've just got a little bit of a calf tear, so I might just do these for my jumping jacks if my calf starts playing up, but you just keep going as you would. Alright, yes, we are ready, aren't we?
Starting session.
3 rounds, 15 minutes, 40 on, 20 off.
You watch these step ups, they're going to be fun, quick fun.
2, 1, and let's go.
Right, now I'll probably fall off the step. That's happening. Like when I fell off the treadmill. Keep the core on nice and tight when you come up. You need to really feel it on getting that nice core activation as you bring that leg up.
And time. Next up is your dumbbell swing. If you have a kettlebell or are fortunate enough to have a kettlebell, you can use that if you'd like. Otherwise, just dumbbells is fine. If you have neither, just swing. A good alternative. Good alternatives are things like milk bottles. Whatever weight you can get.
Or you can attach your band to something behind you.
Exactly. Do a bunch of pull-throughs. So the idea is to snap the hips, guys, just like a kind of like a deadlift or an RDL. Push your hips back and then come through and squeeze. So you're actually not trying to move the weight with your arms, you're trying to move the weight with your hips.
Arms like a pendulum, if you will.
Exactly. 5 seconds. 2, and time. Alright, next up is plank shoulder taps. Now if you can't hold the plank on hands, you're okay to just go on your elbows and just hold that plank. But otherwise, shoulder taps. And let's do it.
tired, you can drop to your knees for a little bit, then pick yourself up again.
Halfway. Keeping nice and strong, don't let those hips move. It's not about how many times you can touch your shoulder, it's more about keeping that control. If you count it out, about 20 reps anyway. And time. Next up is just the squats.
Rest.
You can have this weighted or not weighted, the idea is just to keep moving, to not stop. Make sure you get full range. So if you've got something to sit onto, perfect. And let's go. As I said, I just like touching the ground, that way I know I get all the way down. And make sure you squeeze your legs and your hips at the top. If you've got sore muscles, then you'll be able to push through, but if you've got sore knees or sore ankles, we can just limit the range a little bit.
So you can just go.
Yes. So still try and squat, but try and squat to about parallel. So a good one would be sit to stand, or just squat onto something like a chair. One and time. Make sure you go all the way, don't just stop early.
Sorry about that.
It's alright, Lara's got some
I'm
good
not paying
tips.
attention. I'm just going to do these ones because my calf's not good at all.
So jumping jacks. And let's go.
Work.
You can do what Lara's doing. The other option is just to do some toe taps. And you can wave your arms up in the air as you do your toe taps as well.
I'm just doing a whole range of different
Yeah,
things here. Anything that doesn't hurt.
That's what we want. We just want to be able to move without pain. And if you've got pain, we just change it up a little bit. 10 seconds. Make sure you keep your water close to you, because you get about 20 seconds between each set or each exercise.
All the way to the end. Did you see that?
And
Rest.
alright, we're going to about 15 seconds. So back to the step ups. So step up, knee through. So imagine punching the air with your knee. So drive it through. Step back and then alternate.
Work.
Now if you find it hard to balance with that pump through it, then just step up just a little bit and then back down. Make sure you switch. Yeah. The height of the box, roughly, good height is just below the kneecap. That's a good way to put it. I know I probably should have said that first round, but that's the kind of height. But if you've got something lower, that's fine too. 2, 1, and time. All right, moving into your swings.
Rest.
Dumbbell swings, or some kettlebell swings, whatever you have. Come on, and let's go.
Work.
So big hinge, like we said first round, the arms are just a pendulum. You're trying, actually not trying to move the weight with your arms, trying to move the weight with your hips. Try and keep it as close to you as possible. So we don't want the kettlebell or the dumbbell going close to the ground, we want it keeping as close to your body as possible through the whole range.
Nice, straight back. No flexion at all.
Good practice. Think of it like a rapid RDL. Best way to think about it.
From the side, we want to make sure the back.
And
Rest.
got your shoulder taps. Alright, going in 5 seconds, guys. Some shoulder taps.
Work.
Nice, very nice. nice and controlled. This one's not about moving fast. If you want to challenge yourself, feel free to do it and hold for a second, or hold for 2 seconds at the top. Up to you guys. You can just do tap, tap, tap. Either way, guys, 40 seconds under tension. Whatever works best for you. 5 seconds. Very nice. 3, 2, 1, and time. Alright, moving into the squats.
Rest.
Down, up, down, up. As before, you can use a weight if you want, but mainly the idea is to try and just rep them out. 1, and let's go.
Work.
If you can get a rep per second, that's excellent. Otherwise, you're looking at about 25 reps. We'll try and hit 25 reps. If you can't do that, that's fine. Just try and match what you did last round, or even beat it. Two, 1, and time. Woo.
Rest.
There we go, big old stretch.
Oh yeah.
Alright, jumping jacks is next. The toe taps. Calisthenic movement. Just means bodyweight movement.
Or even play.
Yeah. And then let's go.
Work.
Cool, yeah, calisthenic. There we go.
Oh, I'm like an idiot.
There you
I
go.
look like I'm flying.
There you see. Punch.
Don't be I'm just doing this because I got a little bit of a nibble, but you're welcome to join me or go crazy.
High knees, another option. Ins and outs, toe taps, jumping jacks, burpees.
Burpees, yeah.
40 seconds worth of burpees.
They're not in because of no.
Yes.
And you would stop it.
And time.
Quick
Rest.
drink.
Alright, one more round to go. We've got 10 seconds before we start the step ups. 2, 1, and let's go.
Work.
Halfway. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. That's the last one of step ups, guys.
Rest.
Next up, we've got swings. Alright, here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Off you go.
Work.
Ten seconds. 2, 1, and time. Alright, next up,
Rest.
shoulder taps.
Let's do it.
Alright, another option option that we should have said earlier, guys, sorry, is that if you're really struggling with on your knees as well,
I did say it.
yeah.
You got this.
What?
I did say it.
What? On the
On the
bench?
knees. Oh, you can do it on your knees.
Oh, yeah.
On it.
I was going to say, if you've got another option is to do it on the bench that you were on, so you've got slightly elevated, makes it a bit easier. Like that.
Too late now. Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, guys.
Feels good though.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just a tad easier. So that's how what we can. And time. That's just a way. I know it's right there in the video, but that's a way to progress from getting from your knees to your feet. You just go to a higher bench and slowly get lower and lower until you can get to the ground. All right, we've got squats next. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Down, up, down, up.
We're all matching today, girls. All in all black.
In, out. That's what shoe time's all about. Yeah, sorry, I didn't get the memo. Wear my leggings and black shirt next time.
It's because we're fashionable, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Is that going to be right though?
Got the legs for it. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and time. Jumping jacks, the last one's ins, outs, high knees, whatever you want to do. We have got jumping jacks down.
We are so good at it.
But if you've got some calf issues or some lower leg issues, feel free to do something else. And let's go, last one, guys.
We're free to do something about it, maybe, considering it's easier. So I'm sticking these in my... That's what he'll do. He always does. Riley.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah, sneak, put sneakers in everything.
Almost there, guys. 10 seconds. Finish strong. 2, 1, and time.
We're done.
Well
So
done,
good.
guys.
Alright, I'm going to take you through a little bit of a warm up. Sorry, we're going to try a little bit. Warm up, done that. I meant a cool down. Sorry. You get it. Alright, first of all, we're going to start off by stretching.
Boxing session.
Hip flexors. Stretching
Stopping
through
session.
quads. Switch to the other side. Alright, we're just going to come over to the side and stretch through. Couple more. Okay, just standing, pushing your hands through your legs. Holding here, getting that stretch. Walking the leg in. Take your right leg behind your left. Right arm over. And then we're going to swap to the other side. Chest stretch, we're just going to push back. Open the chest, push forward, open the back. Back, open the chest. Push forward, open the back. Couple more.